This is my most anticipated anime for the spring this year. Now, I won't lie, I did question myself if I wanted to make this video because of one thing. The My Hero fandom is nothing short of special, and I really asked myself, do I want to make this video? The fandom is usually viewed as being weird, and well, I don't want to be viewed as that, but here I am making this video because I have high hopes for My Hero Academia Season 7. Let's see if this trailer is promising for My Hero Academia, and look in retrospect to see if Season 6 was actually good or not. The Season 7 trailer looks like a whole lot of good stuff is coming. First, it does not look as devastating as Season 6, which might show that some good is finally gonna happen for our heroes in the story. I mean, we all know Season 6 was pretty devastating. The city was fallen, and Deku was out here day and night trying to save people's lives. So maybe some good stuff is gonna happen finally, but we'll see. It looks like Class 1A is gonna be involved more to help with the fight, which I'm really excited for. We really didn't see them much in action in Season 6, and the only time we did see them was when we saw the showdown between Deku and Class 1A. But other than that, that's all we really saw for Class 1A, which really sucked for me personally. So I really want to see Bakugo and Shoto step up to the plate and help Deku in this fight. What I personally cannot wait for is a Dabi and Shoto face down. We can all agree that Dabi's dance was one of the best moments in Season 6, and I'm pretty sure I have a feeling that they're going to be fighting in Season 7, and I cannot wait for that fight. The battle between brothers, the older and the younger. I mean, just the history between these two and everything that Dabi went through and everything that Todoroki's gone through. I want to see how they both fight and how they're both going to interact with each other, because essentially they both went through the same thing. We all know All For One has his plan going right on track, being able to control Shigaraki's body and mind. I feel like this season might be the breaking point for Shigaraki completely going under All For One's will or having a change of heart towards the end. The reason why I say that is because in Season 6 openings, we saw Deku and Shigaraki kind of interacting with each other. And I have a strong feeling that Deku might conversate or have a conversation with Shigaraki at one point in the season and try and change his heart. Will he do it? Probably not, but I still feel like Deku will try and save him. I think we can all agree that Shigaraki had a very messed up life growing up, and All For One got him and was able to brainwash him into thinking that he can do all these fucked up things and all the things that he wants to do to the world. And I feel like he might have a change of heart, but I don't know, that's just me personally. The music, the fucking music, man. It sounds like it may be the best opening yet for the show. I cannot wait for it. It's only towards the second half of the trailer, but even yet, it sounds amazing. For some reason, it sounds very nostalgic to me, like I've heard it before. And it might be the artist, but I am not sure who the artist is that's performing it. They've probably done previous songs before for My Hero Academia, but the music towards the end of the trailer just sounds amazing. The trailer's animation is stunning. I'm pretty sure the visuals are going to be as great as always, as they improve each and every single year. I cannot wait for these big battles that are going to happen, because we see in the trailer there are many moments where a bunch of villains are coming out of nowhere and all the heroes are getting ready to face off against them. But in all this hype, was My Hero Academia Season 6 actually good? I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and thumbnails suggesting My Hero Academia Season 6 was a complete letdown. In my opinion, Season 6 was one of the most refreshing seasons for My Hero Academia, just because of the total swap in atmosphere. We saw some things that I never expected we would see, and it was just really fun watching. First off, Deku fighting crime non-stop 24/7 was one of the most badass things to see. This is a boy who poured his heart and soul into trying to fix and save this broken city. He was so devoted to this that he abandoned his entire class and school, and even his teacher and his mentor, completely ignoring them, going to stop crime non-stop. And this is the same guy who many people complain about crying a lot in the previous seasons, all those thumbnails of Deku crying, but then we see him change into this monster. All Might would try and bring him lunch every so often, and Deku would go sometimes, but after a while he just stopped showing up for lunch and stopped eating altogether, stopped sleeping, and stopped showering. You could tell in his suit that it's completely damaged from all the battles he has done, and it has not gotten fixed in a long time. It just shows how far he was in by himself. He was in the trenches of fighting crime non-stop, but as he pursued this, he lost himself. He believed his classmates were holding him back, or so he thinks that's what they were doing. Honestly, he was alone in the world by himself completely, and we don't really get a time frame for how long Deku was in this vigilante state. It could have been weeks, pretty sure it was weeks, could have been months as well. Months of non-stop fighting action. And there are some scenes where he fights crime and he saves civilians, and they're even terrified of him because of how malicious he looks and how torn down the suit looks. It looks like he's a villain, so it's kind of crazy to think of. Something that I really liked during the season was Bakugo owning up to all the years of trauma that he had bestowed upon Deku. And this was honestly so emotional. I remember watching this with my older cousin, and we finished the episode and we just looked at each other like, whoa, we never thought Bakugo would ever do something like that. This just shows how far Deku was into this fight by himself, that it required a classmate of his that he's been rivals with to open up to him about all those years in the past. Very, very impactful. I think one of the crazier moments of season 6 was when Deku finally decides to go back home, to go back with his friends, his family, and his school. And when he goes into the city, everyone wants to kick him out right away. When I saw this, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, this kid, this high school kid, put his all into trying to stop justice so that all of you can go back to normal, living your normal lives instead of being enclosed, trapped because of all the bad stuff that's happening outside in the world. I mean, he put his blood, sweat, tears, everything into fighting crime. He gave up everything, sacrificed everything. And when he comes back, this is how they thank him. I thought that was pretty crazy seeing this, and I'm just glad that the people that he did save weren't afraid to stick up for him and say, hey, wait, this guy saved us. Why are you doing this to him? I'm glad that people ended up stepping up for him, but initially when I saw these people not wanting him there in the city, I was dumbfounded. It was intense. It was very intense. As I sit here finishing this video off, I cannot help but be excited for this new season. I started watching anime almost 8 years ago and have been into superheroes ever since I can remember. So when My Hero Academia started coming out 6 or 7 years ago, I was in complete awe. The best of both worlds for me were combined, superheroes and anime. Yes, it may have a very questionable fan base and things in the story may happen that people did not like, but I have stuck by it thus far. I've enjoyed the story so far, so I cannot wait to see what happens next in this story. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing for more anime content coming soon. I make videos on all types of anime. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my speed reviews playlist where I have over 30 videos already on basically every single anime genre you can think of. I will see you in the next one, guys. Have a great day and peace.